Okay, I'm back, guys. This time I want to show you, last time we got the loop on there, the knock sets in there, explained why I do it the way I do it. Now I'm going to show you how I install my drop away cord. I like a limb activated rest, just for the reason that I don't know if they affect the timing when you install on the cables. It might be, even if it does, just minuscule, it might not really affect it, but I know when you do it to the limb, it does not. And it's just way easier. It's just simply a matter of connecting it to the limb, pulling it tight while the rest is down, the support launcher, and that's it. You don't want it too crazy tight. You don't want any slop. It's that simple. When the bow is at full draw and the limbs come in, the rest comes up and supports the arrow. When the limbs come back out at full, or at time the shot is loosed, the rest comes back down. It seems a lot simpler to me. So I've already went through and connected my my string to the bottom of the limb. Here's another exact rest that's going to be set up on the next bow. I use these little guys right here to connect, or kind of hold the string from moving and sliding up and down on the limb. I put a little bit of double-sided sticky tape on there. Using the Trophy Taker SmackDown Pro on this one, just because I have a couple of them identical setup. I might end up switching to the Hamsky this year, but I'm not real sure. Dan made a nice rest here, but I'm a big fan of dealing with people. I like a lot of companies sometimes because of the people that are there. Dan Evans is a great guy. I haven't had any relationships with the new Trophy Taker people since it's been sold, and just whatever. I might not be using these anymore. So this is pretty loose up here. We'll deal with that in a second. I like to put little silencers on everything. This does actually save a little twang out of the sound at shot. The location at where you tie the string in, this loop, to your limb makes a difference. The further it is towards the cam, the longer it'll take for the launcher blade to retract back down. You can imagine at the shot, the limbs are going back out, which means if this is way out here in the end, it's not going to retract back and thus pull the launcher down out of the way of the arrow until the very last second, maybe even too late, so it gets contact with the fletchings. Conversely, if you go too far up the limb, it's going to pull that launcher down, maybe before the arrow is even halfway across. It might not have the support you want. Maybe that's the way you want it. Some guys like it just to get out of the way as soon as possible. So play with it sometime. I've had to move these back and forth because I was getting contact before. Not on this bow, obviously I haven't shot it. But so now what I do is just I set this up just like I would a my what do you call it? The loop. It's nothing different than the same knot. It's much easier when you have a little bit of slack. That I'd use on my loop. I do one right there. That way if I have to change it, I don't wreck the cord. And now, keep that guy nice and tight. Now I come back up here to the rest. Let me move this so you can see this a little better. Hopefully you can see that better. Now, it's just a matter of pulling this down, getting the string in there. And this is one of the big advantages of a limb activated rest over a cable activated rest. Maybe it's not that big of a deal, but to me these just seem simpler. That's it. I'll probably snug that up. After a few shots, all this stuff will kind of loosen up a little bit just because of the just being used. The knot down here will tighten up a little bit, and this blade will end up being, I'll have to loosen this up, pull it down a little bit. But if it ever goes out, if I ever notice that this launcher blade is up off the little silencer nubs there, it's just as simple as loosen this up and hold the blade down. Make sure we get all the slop out and retighten it. You don't want it crazy tight. You don't want to, these are small little stainless thread or nuts we're talking about here, so they're not real strong, but just a little bit of play there, not much. I'll I'll have silencers all over this thing by the time I'm done. But that's it. That's all you got to do. As long as it's down at rest. And you can also play with this too, and I can even show you later. When it gets in the drawboard and we put this bow in the drawboard and you slowly start pulling it back, you can see exactly when that launcher blade comes up and when it goes down. And you can slowly let the drawboard down, and you can see at what point that launcher blade is completely out of the way and where your fletchings are at. So anyways, that might take some playing to do with. I usually just have it set right in front of the cables. Most of the bows I've set up in the past, that's worked out pretty good. Once I get this thing locked in pretty good, I'll leave a little bit here to grab and tighten later. I don't trim this real short because if you have to readjust it, you're going to need pliers to get a hold of it, and it's not in the way if it's right there. So that's it. I'm probably getting too wordy, probably getting sick of hearing me talk. Thanks for watching, guys.